Come eat it, come eat it, come eat it, come eat it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, what is going on, folks? Welcome back to the Scaled Up series. My name's Tyler. I'm the host of this series, and my goal with this is really to explore the world of swim bait fishing, which for going on 13 years on this channel, I really have not dove into. I've caught fish on big swim baits, glide baits, soft baits, all that kind of stuff, but I haven't really spent time understanding how big swim baits work, and I know they catch big bass, and y'all saw that in the first episode of the series. So if you missed it, pause this video. I will leave it linked down in the video description. Now we are on to episode number 2, and as always, this whole series is brought to you by the guys over at swimbaits.com. They are an awesome online swim bait retailer of both big brands and small boutique swim bait makers, and they send me my mystery box every single month. If you don't know how this works, I have a mystery box of 2 swim baits. I open it up, learn a little bit about them, and then we go on the water and try to catch a bass on both swim baits in this box. And if you want to check out the exact swim baits I'm using, I will have the affiliate links linked down below. If y'all could please click those links, that would mean a whole lot to me and the guys at swimbaits.com. So open up the box here. They gave us a shirt, swimbaits.com, heck yeah. I actually don't have any black shirts, so that's great. And the 2 baits we have are, of course, 1 soft bait and 1 hard bait. I've actually seen both of these before, but I do not own either one. Let's start first with the soft bait. This here is a 5-inch bull shad plus burrito baits combination. I believe it's called the Baka Burrito in the color Who Dat. And as I open the package here, I can't help but feel like this is just a larger version of the OG lure in my bass fishing journey. I talked about it in a previous video that I filmed this winter, and that was like the Tsunami swim bait, with this one just being a 4-inch larger version. I'm pretty sure that Storm actually makes a larger sized swim bait that kind of fits in this category, and I had a horrible experience with the hookup ratio on it. I mean, it was like 10 years ago, so it could have been user error, but I just don't have much confidence in fishing a soft bait like this. But who knows? I hope today can change that. So it's got, as far as components, an absolute beefy hook. So I probably shouldn't be afraid to throw this thing on like 20-pound line. And John sent me some notes about this one. He can't join us on video today, but he said it is a really good bait for just crawling across the bottom. And I guess due to its flat nature, hopefully y'all can see that, its flat bottom, it doesn't get snagged very much, so we're definitely gonna put that to the test. So that is the Baka Burrito. I'm gonna put it back in the actual hard case, because with all soft swim baits, you wanna keep them in the case they come in. And the next bait is the Eco Clutch Swim Bait Company 6.25-inch, 1.5-ounce swim bait. Now, I spend way too much time scrolling on social media, but I have seen in that time that Clutch actually has a very popular and helpful TikTok page about how to throw their glide baits, and so I'm looking forward to actually paying more attention to those videos now that I have one of this guy's baits. My notes from John say that it is a high-end glide bait at a reasonable price. The paint in the bait is baked on, so it will not show bait rash or wear, and the retrieve works at both a slow reel or a choppy retrieve. And the first thing that I noticed out of the box is that the back half section is like incredibly far back from the actual joint of the front side of the bait. Now I'm assuming that pin there I can pull and probably twist the screws in to make this thing not have such a wide variance of the back. But I'm just gonna start fishing it out of the box to see how it looks. I assume it'll have a really good chopping action. And is it a slow sink? It's 1.5 ounce. I feel like it's slow sink. And just like many glide baits, it has a paintbrush style tail right there. And honestly, after looking at it for a few minutes on social media, I was like, they look okay. But after feeling it now, this is a good feeling glide bait. And again, I'm glad John has given me 2 baits that are not that big. We have a 5-inch and we have a 6.25. Once again, showing you guys that swim bait fishing does not have to be that daunting, as I proved in episode 1. And hopefully we can have good success in this episode as well. So let's head out to the water for day number 1 of fishing this swim bait box, starting off with the Baka Burrito. All right, first pitch out there, you can tell we are in ultra clear water, and in the second that I looked away, it fell like 2 foot. So it's probably classified as a slow sink, but I'm gonna say it's a little faster than slow. I'm not sure what kind of glide action it has. For sure has a good chop. Honestly, let me show it you guys above land. When I chop it, it honestly looks like it goes like backwards and then forwards and then backwards, then forwards and backwards. Let me try to show you here. Yeah, it does like a full back bend. Looks like it hurts. But I don't think with the mood these fish are in, the pre-spawn to spawn time period, they want that kind of a chop. So I'm gonna go more of a pull glide, pull glide, pull glide. And yeah, it goes a foot to each side. I wish it went a little wider, honestly. Seems like I got another chop glide, which not a bad thing. And you know what? On a slow retrieve, has a nice swimming action. But as long as I let it sit for 1 second and kind of give it this kind of retrieve right here, a soft chop, I can get it to glide a good foot in either direction. Oh, I had him, come on. Okay, I think it actually glides better on a chop like this from long distances. So maybe the length of my line and the stretch in it is actually helping it get a better glide. Yeah, it looks way better far out there than it did, you know, little roll cast here near the bank. Oh my gosh, oh no. Oh, I had another big one. Man, I don't know how I'm feeling about the hookup ratio right now. That was a nice one. Just chopping it over a big grass flat. Oh my goodness, holy cow. Gosh, come on. Are these hooks even sharp? Yeah, they're sharp. Now, I'll admit, I was not expecting to begin Scaled Up episode 2 today, so I'm throwing this on a 7.3 medium heavy, moderate fast. It's my vibrating jig and hybrid hunter rod, so it's not the best glide bait rod, but I mean, it's a medium heavy, it should work. There's a school of fish on this. Oh my gosh, eat it, eat it. They are schooled up on this big flat right here. If I really fast twitch it. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Honestly, that looks pretty good. Or do I do a chop, 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 chop? I'm really thinking though that a bone white one in these conditions, the crystal clear water, high bluebird skies, is probably not the best choice, especially around the spawn when they're focused on bluegill. Oh my gosh. What is this? Man, I gotta get new hooks or something. Like, I know glide bait hookup ratio is not great, but it's a 6 1/4 inch bait. And these hooks feel fine. Can't get a hook in them, come on. There he is, there he is. Yes, sir, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Get in here, get in here. Oh, he got it sideways. He got it absolutely sideways. Come on, get in here. Yes, success. Clutch eco to the face, and you know what? He got it by the head. That's how you can tell he did want it, and maybe that's why the hookup ratio has been so bad, because there's just a lot of plastic to not a lot of hook up here near the head. Not a giant, skinny 2-pounder, but thanks for biting, buddy. Come on, 5 pound. Oh. Oh my goodness. Please eat it. I wonder if I need to go faster, honestly. I wonder if I just let it sink a second and I just burn it. The action doesn't look the best, but maybe these fish need something. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. Nice one. Yes, sir. Little change and retrieve got us our biggest one yet. Come on. These fish need to be triggered. Even though it's clear water, yes. They don't need to be in a following, stalking mood. They just have to be triggered in just a faster glide, almost a reel, to be honest. Got this fish to eat. Heck yeah, sick. So it's not the hooks the whole time. I was going too slow, because if I sped up, thank you, my friend, these fish want the glide. Let's go. Subscribe. Scaled Up. Yeah, I knew it wasn't the gear. I just hadn't figured out the retrieve. We've got a little choke point right here where the water gets funneled in by the wind. Let's see if there's any. Oh my gosh, there's one sitting right there. Come on, get over here. This is so much fun. Holy cow. But it just goes to show you, you don't need a giant fish to have fun with these things. Just a beautiful specimen of a Texas bass. Thank you, my friend. But where's your sister? Yes, yes, sir. Come on, get in here. Are you any bigger? Just a little bit. He's pretty though, he's pretty. Oh my gosh, that was gorgeous. Yes, sir. Get in here on the clutch. I'm liking swim baiting, y'all. And honestly, one of the main reasons why I love fishing is figuring out what those fish want on a certain day. And yes, I'm forcing them to eat the glide. They'd eat lots of stuff, but just finding out what kind of retrieve they want is exactly why I do it. Can we go? 2 in a row. Yes, sir, we can. We can. Oh, even bigger. Even bigger. Come on now. Come on now. Get over here. They are schooled up. Honestly, I'll talk about the location here in a second. That makes a whole lot of sense why they're here. If you're not subscribed, you are missing out. Clutch, eco, clutch, 3-pound Texas hammer. I'm gonna have my dad pan the camera to that point right there. I'm pause this camera, Dora the Explorer style. Why do you think the fish are there? Well, the fish are there because the wind is blowing through this whole area right here and causing whatever, bait fish, bluegill, plankton, whatever, the whole thing to blow this way. And these fish are sitting on this point using it as an ambush area, waiting for stuff to come by. So not surprised that I caught one on the top end of it, and definitely not surprised I caught 2 in a row right as I kind of come off that lip into the channel, the backside of this wind-blown little cut through. Oh yes, yes. There we go. There we go. Come on, bigger one, bigger one. Bigger one, baby. Or at least they all look bigger when they're jumping. 3-pounder on the Clutch Eco. I'm gonna come down and get this one. This is stinking fun. Because when you can have this kind of bite right here, you're not gonna find me complaining or going elsewhere. This is sick. Let's go see if they're over here. Oh my gosh, yes, holy cow. That was insane. Oh, that was so dang cool. That was so cool. Gosh, give him some slack. I was wondering if there were gonna be any in this, this dead end where the deep hits this really shallow flat here, and there were. There's nothing more fun than that. Clutch Eco to the face. When you get them with 2, both sets of treble hooks, they're not coming off usually. Thank you, friendo. 8-pounder. Chop, 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 chop. Feel like I work at hibachi with all this chop. Let's go ahead and skip all this super shallow stuff right here. Y'all see it on the drone. I just don't think many fish are using this right now, especially with how low the water is. Where we are walking is usually, you know, 3 feet of water, 4 feet of water. Oh gosh, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, there's like 5 with him. There's 5 fish all around him, and they're all trying to eat it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I got the biggest one, luckily though. Get in here, get in here. Yes, sir. But what a beautiful 3.5, 4-pounder. That's the healthiest one of the day on the Clutch Eco. Let's get you back in the water. And that's what I've been looking for. I've been looking for fish that are schooled up just like that one was. He ate right by the bank, and it was 5 buddies with him. Oh my gosh, pulled off. Okay, I set the hook way too hard there. I'll take your comments, I understand. Chop, 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 chop. Oh, he ate it. Keep going, keep going. I'm setting the hook too hard, Tyler. Just getting excited. I want to give him the business, but you can't do that with a glide. I got him, I got the big one. I got the big one. Yes, come on now, come on now, come on. Oh my goodness. My friend had to make, that's swim baiting, folks. Oh, redemption, oh, redemption, even bigger. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That's the biggest one of the day. That's the biggest one of the day. Take it slow, definitely set the hook too hard. You're beautiful, my friend. Look at that. Okay, not the biggest one of the day, but just a beautiful Texas chunk on that clutch. So sick. I do not want to go home. This bite is unbelievably fun. I'm telling y'all, I wish you could see this, that the faster you go, once they start chasing it, the more likely they are to eat it, and especially eat it well. The tendency when you see a fish following your lure is to slow it down because you think, oh, it's gonna give me more time for the fish to kind of chase it and check it out and eat it. No, you don't want the fish to see it. You want the fish to think that it's leaving and getting out of its potential grasp. And that's what I'm doing, and it works. It's more of creating a reaction than like the long, wide glide. So honestly, I'm kind of glad for this bite today that I have this specific glide. All right, one more cast way over there. Maybe as the wind kind of swirls around the point, there could be a big one sitting. Oh, yep. I knew it. So stinking predictable. That is crazy. Get in here, biggest one. I think it's the biggest one. Gosh. What a way to end part 1 of this video. Oh, don't jump. Yes, sir. Stinking 3.5-pound Texas chunk on the clutch. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this part of the video. I did as well, but it's time to head home to finish part number 2 of this episode. Hopefully catching just as many fish, but you know what? I'll take one giant on the Buca Burrito. Well, we've made it out to a beautiful lake near my house, one that, believe it or not, I've actually never fished before, but I'm excited to get out here. My friend Scott, who I'm out here with today fishing, he recently caught a 10-pounder and a 6-pounder on the same day out of here. So the caliber of fish that can actually engulf the Buca burrito are in this pond, but as always, in swim bait fishing especially, nothing's guaranteed. Now, one of the misconceptions about swim bait fishing is that only big fish can eat big baits like this, and that's not always true, especially as you just saw from the clutch ego segment of this video. A 2-pounder can eat a big glide bait, but one thing that a glide bait has going for it that this does not is 2 treble hooks on the bottom. So if a fish slaps at this thing and doesn't engulf the entire thing, I don't think it's gonna get hooked. I mean, this thing is a full-sized gizzard imitator that has the hook on the top and is, what, 2 ounces? This is not an easy bait for a small fish to suck in. And I'm guessing as I make my first cast with this thing and stand up here, that it probably takes a little faster retrieve to get that tail going. Well, actually, it kind of kicks on a slow retrieve. I would put this in like the Huddleston category. And one thing you're seeing on the screen right now is that from the underwater footage I gather, this thing does, like a Huddleston, sit really well on the water, probably because of this super flat section right here. So I'm assuming, with the bass being like end of pre-spawn, maybe some even on beds in this body of water, that if I parallel the edge of these cattails, I may be able to get some big ol' gizzard shad eaters that maybe in this dirtier water think it's a bluegill and they want to, get it off their nest. But I really think I'm gonna have to slow roll this in front of one's face to get a bite. And so I'm really just hoping for 1 to 3 bites on this thing today. Any more, and that'd be a crazy bonus. No, that was a bite. That was a bite in the creek channel. It's just so shallow up there, I can't really fish this thing super slow across the bottom. Gosh, had one. I had one. Who knows how long he was following it for, but that was a bite. There we go. There we go. I got knocked. Come on, catch up to him. Catch up to him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice one. Nice one. Okay. Oh my gosh, 4-pounder. Get in here, baby. Get in here. Yes! We have success, my friends, on the Buca burrito. What a healthy 4-pounder. I mean, like big old belly Kelly. Oh, it feels so good having success on a swim bait. I mean, he got it where you need him to get it. Right there, roof of the mouth. And I gave him the business. I gave him the beans. Goodness, I mean, he was hooked so good. Buca burrito, reeling it probably a lot faster than I'd like to. 4-pounder, maybe 3.5. Oh, that bite is like my favorite bite on the planet. Just the real donk. That was a pre-spawn female staging just off the bank before she slides up to the cattails to spawn, probably here in a few days. Man, that gets me excited. I had some bites from probably males, 2.5 pounders. Didn't connect, and the first big fish I dragged this thing by, she knocks it. I wish the bottom was cleaner so I could try out like a really slow retrieve like this. But yeah, just doing that one time, I snagged some junk down there. So again, this is not the preferred bait for this body of water, but it works. I got a fish. There we go. There we go. Yes, sir. Are you bigger? Are you bigger? You feel bigger. You feel bigger. Oh my gosh, he absolutely choked it. Oh, man. That was like a 4.5. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. I mean, I gave that fish the business, but he was swimming at me almost the whole time. Just couldn't get good enough hook set, I guess. If I'm in a bass boat, I am boat flipping that fish as soon as he gets anywhere near the boat. But in a kayak, I don't really have that liberty. And I'm really just retying because my line just felt a tiny bit frayed. And with only having one of these things, I cannot afford to lose it. It is just hard to get a good hook set on, what is this, 7.4 heavy rod on such a big bait from a kayak. If I did this from my bass boat, man, I would absolutely have some ripping hook sets and zero problems getting them in the boat, at least I think. Maybe that fish would have got off regardless. No, that was a bite. That was a bite. See, I should throw a wacky worm back there, but that's not this challenge. Gosh, I just got knocked twice. Come on now. There he is. There he is. Yes, sir. Yes, so big one. Big one. No! No, Tyler. Gosh, dang it. Oh. 6-pounder. Gosh, man. That fish did the classic jumps this way and my rod goes that way. And with a bait this heavy, I mean, that's like a prime no-no. Hook is still sharp. It just, this bait takes a lot to get in them. Swim bait fishing, man. That fish does not get off on a thunder cricket. I really think that's this bait's biggest downfall, is that it's just so heavy. It's really easy for a fish to throw it. So I'm gonna blame that, along with every time I set the hook, my kayak moves. But it's just not been easy getting these fish in the boat. Oh, that was a bite. That's big. That's big. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big one. Big one. And I gave him the business. I gave him the business. Keep pressure, Tyler. Keep pressure. Oh, he doesn't have it good. He does not have it good. Okay, that was so dumb. That was so dumb. Get in this kayak. Get in this kayak. No, no. No, 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 no. Yes! Yes, baby! Oh, pre-spawn hammer. Corner of the mouth. Look at that fish right there. Good gosh, what a beautiful 5.5 pound fish. I mean, just heavy as can be on that swim bait. Gosh, that is what redemption feels like, folks. So cool. Fish ate it. Oh my, look at that. Popped out. Was hardly hooked. One more jump and this fish is gonzo. This time he got in the boat on the Buka Burrito. Maybe I should put like a little trailer hook on this thing. I don't know. Either way, it gets stinking bit. I'm gonna go ahead and get this fish on the measuring board for my Fishing Chaos online tournament. If y'all haven't joined yet, especially if you're a big bait fisherman, you're missing out. And my tournament runs all year long, with the winner of each region every month winning a Mach combo of your choice. And I believe by the time this video drops, the Strike King Big Bass Southern Challenge is also on. I think for a $20 entry fee, the cash payout is huge. All right, a 20-incher to start. Well, big girl, thank you so much for playing. There's just something about making a blind cast to an area that you have no idea what's there, and a big old knock happens on your line. I mean, that's what swim bait fishing is all about. I know in episode 1, I caught 2 big ones scoping, and that was fun and cool and unique, but this just feels so much better on my soul. Gosh, dang, son, what a bite. Gotta give him the business 2 more times. Okay, nope. What the heck, Tyler? I just felt like my hook set originally wasn't any good, so I gave him 2 more. I yanked it right out of his mouth. Maybe I shouldn't do that? I don't know. That was crazy. That fish had to have been on a bed. I mean, he swirled on it the second it hit the water. That was insane.
You know, I have to be honest, I did not think I would enjoy this series as much as I have. Learning how to truly, really for the first time, fish big baits has been cool. Learning about the gear, the actual retrieves necessary, and having to experience the not understanding of how a bait works, to then figuring out not only how it works, but how the fish actually want it presented. And then from that, catching more and more fish, especially on the Eco Day. That was so stinking cool. And I enjoyed the Baka Day so much that I actually took it out to my local lake to try to catch a giant on it, and I lost it. And so here I go, probably going to buy my own very soon because that bite was addicting. But right here, I've got the very next mystery box full of 1 hard bait and 1 soft bait from the folks at swimbaits.com. A huge thanks to them for sponsoring this series and making it possible. Again, the only way we know from a marketing standpoint if it's working is if y'all click some of those links and at least shop around and check out the glide baits and soft baits that I'm fishing. If you want to watch the very first episode in the entire series, whammy, it'll be clickable up in this corner, and my entire swim bait masterclass that covers glide baits, big baits, soft baits will be over here in this corner. My name's Tyler. As always, it's a dang pleasure, and we'll see y'all next time right here on Scaled Up.